So, high rarity draft Solforge Weekend Warrior. Every pack with 6 cards has 6 legendary cards, and then all other packs are only heroics. And it's a phantom draft. You don't get to keep the cards, but should be pretty sweet. Doesn't seem like enough cards. Let me see if I read that correctly. Weird, I can't reread it. Well, this is only 5 cards. 1 second. It's a little strange that... Oh, that's like the opposite of what you want, isn't it? I'm pretty sure the opening pack's supposed to have 6 choices. It's not a huge deal regardless, but I am going to just restart the client here and see if that fixes any issues for us, because that's kind of a strange one. This is my first of the high rarity draft, so maybe I am just not familiar with how it's supposed to get run here. But it could be a display error, so I just want to reload real quick. Alright, looks like that's all we're getting. You know what? That's fine. All of the factions have pretty good legendaries, and there's some decent heroics in each one. I think Necrium is where you want to be in general. So, I think we want to grab a Necrium card here, because Necrium is where you want to be in general. It looks like this is some sort of bug or something, which is fine. we'll get through it. But, yeah, the Necrium legendaries always just seem so strong to me. There's some removal spells in Necrium as well, but Lichmane Dragon also just seems like the best card out of all of these, so kind of seems like a no-brainer. Is Flow Steel any different than it used to be? Not really. It looks like it got some more health on each level, potentially. But Lichmane Dragon, solid stat line, and solid ability as well. So we will throw that one out there. And now we can play Hellforged Avatar to not do anything. Just friendly Darkforge gets aggressive. That doesn't really do anything for us. Then we have a card that cares about Tempest, a card that cares about Aloyan, and Hellforged Avatar, which I don't think is going to be good. Excuse me. I mean, this is just a 4/4 with aggressive. I guess that's not the worst, to just have a 4/4 aggressive, 8/8 aggressive, 14/14 aggressive. I can't expect we're going to get many Dark Forges, though. We could take Killer B and just kind of see how that works. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that last pack, but I think I'll take Killer B here. I think there's potentially even less ways to interact with it in this format, so that could work. Venomous Netherscale is pretty good. We get to double the poison on them at the final player level, so that's neat. I think Mossbeard is actually a pretty decent card too. I don't think we want to go all in on Cultivate, because we'll have to be replacing a rare like Mossbeard or something anyways. And then Tremosaur is just a solid all-around card. I think I like Tremosaur. Is it better than Venomous Netherscale? Yeah, we'll go Tremosaur here. Sorrow Maiden, OP, OP. Batonimate is sweet, and I guess we're playing the colors with maybe even the most removal at the heroic level, but we'll take that. Tomb Pillager, we might actually want over Killer Bee. Does it get consistent? It does, which doesn't matter that much because it's not like anything super powerful, but it will get us a consistent card. You're more likely to care about the legends in this draft because there's some like super swingy cards, but we can banish cards, we can make our deck a little bit smaller. I think we can do something with Tomb Pillager. And I think it's also just a good card. Alright, again, pretty sure I was supposed to get the choice of 6 different cards here. But we will pick one out of these 5, I suppose. Ancestral Echoes. It's not bad. It's like a Ferocious Roar that's a little slower. I think I just take Shardplate Behemoth. Card's just a monster. Varn is sweet, and it's a Forgeborn, but Shardplate Behemoth is just some dumb shit. So we'll grab that. Dragon Slayer is pretty funny and could actually be good in high legendary drafts where your opponent is a little bit more likely to have a dragon, but still not great. Okay, Underdrop. This is when something moves. That's actually really common in this. A lot of legends have mobility, and I've got to read Grimgaunt Betrayer here. When a friendly Dark Forge creature is destroyed, the creature opposing it gets -1/-1. So this is going to give the creature opposing it -1/-1 when it dies. So it makes it a 6/6, 11/11, 18/18. That's good, but I think I'm just going to pick up a Tomb Pillager here, and we will just begin to banish some stuff. And then I can take a Flesh Fiend, or I can take another Tomb Pillager. Well, I can make my deck pretty small if I just grab some Tomb Pillagers. I don't know, that seems kind of cool to me. Maybe we can make something work. I think zombies are more likely to be relevant than abominations as well. Only by a little bit, but a little bit still nonetheless. Wirewood Patriarch only works currently with Tremorsore and Killer Bee, but I do think the card is still powerful. Ebon Skull Knight and Ferocious are also good cards, but I think I'm going to give Patriarch a shot at, and I think we can pick up some more ways to be synergistic with it as well. Spore Sour Acolyte is good. It works with Wirewood Patriarch, but I think we just want to grab Stygian Lotus. It'll get us out of some sticky situations here. And finally, 6 cards. There we go, baby. Finally, we have the choice of 6. Zithian Shambler's cute. I don't think this does really much anything. I forget what this guy does. Oh, it's 50-50 chance to spawn himself. I'm going to take Nephirax. That seems good. We've got plants. We might pick up more. We've got Lichmane Dragon. Something like Scatterspore Eidolon would be good with him as well, but Nephirax seems sweet. And we can try to get some things to go along with him. Stinging Invocation seems good. It's a lot better than just the Singleton Killer Bee. Sometimes it's worse, but we'll pick that up. Grimgaunt Predator, I think, is pretty good. Wegu's Embrace, we found out the other day, is not as good as I thought it was. Wirewood Patriarch's fun, but we'll just pick up Grimgaunt Predator. Damara's Pitguard is a pretty powerful creature, and I think we want that over Stygian Lotus. All 3 of these cards are pretty solid, but I'm going to go with Pitguard just so we've got a solid stable of underdropping creatures as well. Bramblewood Tracker goes great with those underdrop creatures, and also goes great with Wirewood Patriarch. Nuada is not fantastic, even though it goes good with those other things. I think... Oh, we finally got 6 cards, eh? Maybe we did get 6 cards last pick, too? Yeah, we did get 6 last pick. Uru goes good with Patriarch. I think Vyric Ebonskull is pretty strong, too. I think you just want to take a Zimis here, though. It's like one of the reasons to go Necrium is the chance at a Zimis, and late game, this card's just incredible. So I think we will just take a Zimus and be pretty happy with that. Snowdrift Alpha is an option here, and that's going to be what I pick. This without the allied Tempeast doesn't do much. Snowdrift Alpha is still pretty sweet. Metamorphosis is a fine removal spell, but I think you want threats over removal in general, if you can manage it. Kotaru Sprite isn't going to have many synergies that go with it, so it's nothing too crazy. Deep Branch Alpha is reasonable, because it's an 8/8, and you'll get that trigger off a reasonable amount of the time if you play for it. And what else is there? There's a Spite Sower Acolyte and a Flesh Fiend. I don't know which of those is better. Either way, we can banish these cards if they wind up being bad. So I think I'll take Spite Sower. It's got some synergies. Maybe we can make it work. It's awkward because we want Necrium cards because we want to be able to banish them with our triple Tomb Pillager, but we also want Uterra cards so that we can play them for free off Bramblewood Tracker. I think I'm going to go Spite Sower Acolyte, though. Give that a shot. Leyline Demon is if they play a third card. Yeah, we're going to take Flesh Fiend here. Flesh Fiend seems good. Sorrow Maiden is insane. Dark Frost Reaper actually seems better in this format than normal because there are creatures with 1 or less attack at the heroic and legendary level. But Sorrow Maiden it is. Here we can take Nether Shriek, which is just a really strong card. During Vitality, I guess it's not as good in a multicolored deck. Varnus Pact is really good. Doomwing Drake is about the same as Nether Shriek. Maybe a little bit better. And Uros, which is just all around solid, really good monster. So do we want the removal spell? Or do we want Uros? I feel like Doomwing Drake is pretty good. I think I'm going to take Doomwing. It's about the same as an underdrop as Uros. 6 attack compared to 7 attack. And he's really good when you level him. Uros is pretty good to play off a Bramblewood Tracker, though, I will say that, but Doomwing Drake seems like a pretty reasonable pickup here. Then I'll take a Tomorrow's Pit Guard. That's a really good play off Tracker. Ebon Skull Knight is good as well, but Pit Guard's real strong. And I'll take Snowdrift Alpha over Big Bad Bartok. Yeah, Alpha's just better. Zombie Dread Knight. We don't have any creatures with regeneration currently. Guess we can take Aetherphage. If they start leveling a spell, we can level our Aetherphage. Sounds good. There's also some spells that are underdrops. So we'll take that. Then we will take Grimgaunt Predator. And we've got 5 picks left. We can take Illyria for the late game. I think I'm just going to take Shardplate Behemoth and beat my opponent the fuck down. Lash of Demiria also doesn't seem bad, though. Maybe it's just Lash. Though Shardplate seems fucking insane to play off a tracker. We only have 1 tracker, so I'm not going to care about it that much. But, like, I don't know what my opponent really does if I just start slamming down Shardplate Behemoths at the start of the game. They just, like, die, right? Yeah. We'll slam down some Shard Plates then. I think I grab another Tomb Pillager just because I can banish it with my other Tomb Pillagers. And none of these other cards are sweet. I guess Cracklebones is fine if my opponent gets, like, significantly out of hand, but I'm not going to want to do that. And I don't think we need a Dragon Slayer that much. Dragon Slayer is also fine as an 8/4 underdrop off of Bramblewood Tracker, but Tomb Pillager seems sweet. Let's get all these cards out of our deck. And then we can gain a rank, or we can Witherfrost Succubus. Spite Maiden's also good. I'm just going to take Succubus here. I think that seems sweet enough. And Contagion Lord. So we are punished for not taking any Abominations. I only have 1 Abomination in the whole deck. I don't even think I have any zombies either. Maybe Nephrax is a zombie? Nope, he's a human. Oh, yeah, yeah, all the Tomb Pillagers are zombies. Never mind. Still don't think I want an Om-Nom. I think we can make Lifeblood Dryad work, and I think that seems pretty good. Crypt Conjurer seems horrible. Om-Nom also seems horrible. I think we're going to take Om-Nom, and we are going to banish it with Tomb Pillager, and that's going to be the draft. I don't think I am going to play any Powered Cube today. On Thursdays, there's a new game mode on Solforge occasionally, so I am probably just going to do that for an hour or two here. I could maybe be convinced otherwise, but I think I'm just gonna do this. So let me do that, and let me check out one thing real quick. So let's jump into our matches here. Our deck is pretty strong, but I think most people's decks are going to be pretty strong, so it's kind of hard to judge it until we've seen it. I like most of the cards that we've grabbed, and the cards that I don't like, we can banish. So here I could go Killer Bee, get some poison on my opponent immediately. I could Doomwing Drake, and then my opponent can just dodge the Drake. So both of those are kind of awkward. Or, not both of those. Just Doomwing is kind of awkward here on an empty board. So, I'm going to bee it up, and my opponent will have to have a heroic or legendary grow wide effect or removal spell in order to take care of this. So I think that winds up working out, because my opponent only gets to play 2 cards here. Battletech is a good one. Might need a Damara's Pitguard or something to deal with that Battletech. Then my opponent plays a Forge Sentry. So they've got a big dude, but we get to poison them immediately. Then we can Pitguard for a positive battle, and then we can choose between Snowdrift and Zimis. I think I do want to get the Pitguard out there just to get rid of this Battletech. Will take a lot less damage, and then I will just Zimis. Then we are looking for like a 7/7 or something. I don't know. I don't have too many of those. I got a bunch of Tomb Pillagers is what I got. So, I'm not sure. If my opponent blocks this with like a X3, that would be perfection. Because we'd love for the creature to die to Grimgaunt Predator on their turn. Alright, so what did we miss? Nothing too much here. This is going to survive for a little while, and though you know what, it will, I guess it'll get to move over and level something up, but then I can move over Grimgaunt Predator. So he's just going to trade this off with Zimis. If he wants to level something up, that's going to grow my Grimgaunt Predator. So that's fine, and then we'll hit him for 5, take another 6, but we're also hitting him for 5 at the same time. There's Shardplate Behemoth. I guess that is our big answer to Forge Watch Century there. And then we also have Sorrow Maiden and Wirewood Patriarch on the rank up. Not doing much tomb pillaging this game. But, yeah, we're playing some cards. Our opponent, yeah, is kind of priced into that. Oh, right, because otherwise we would just be able to move Grimgaunt Predator over and then activate activate Sorrow Maiden, kill it, and give ourselves a 7/7. I'm going to go grab a bottle of water and I think slap myself in the face so that I can concentrate a little bit easier. Alright guys, I am back, and I am ready to battle. And what is the board state that our opponent has left us? We can trade with this Master of Elements. We have an activation here. I think we're going to play Shardplate. We can count on just the rank up and deal with this. That's reasonable too. We're not that far behind on life total from our opponent. The Shardplate Behemoth is a fine card to level up as well. It's a 13/13 on the next rank. What does this card become, though? Like, I don't think we have to deal with the next level. Yeah. Like, next level is just a 9/9. Which means level 1 Shardplate Behemoth can deal with that. And I can just do something like this. Sorrow Maiden. Wirewood Patriarch. And now I can hope to draw Patriarch on the rank up and give all of my guys here +3/+3. So, I think that'll work out reasonably well. And didn't get it. I've got a Lich Blood Dryad plus Lichmane Dragon. So, assuming my opponent doesn't kill both of these creatures, I can... Oh, I can't get the Formation and the Dryad trigger, though. I do have to pick one. And I think I will want the Dryad trigger. But yeah, I can just go... Now, if my opponent doesn't kill any of my stuff, which they might not be able to, they still just have level 1s. And the Sorrow Maiden looks really good just against his deck in general. Alright, that's going to be a trade in 2, and Sorrow Maiden can activate to kill that, and Warmonger Mod to make that a positive battle. Alright, sounds good. That means Lichmane Dragon is going to come out here and make this a trade. We just go Lichmane. Would we rather lose the Grimgaunt Predator? Well, the problem is we can get this formation, but we just have to overwrite the formation card immediately. Like, we can move over Grimgaunt Predator, Lichmane Dragon, we get a thing, and then we Lifeblood Dryad, give our team +2/+2, so that we facilitate a trade, but we're just immediately overwriting whatever Lichmane Dragon spawns anyways. So... with that said, let's just do like this. We'll hit our opponent for a solid, whatever this is, 20 damages here. Yeah, we hit him for 20. They're still taking poison damages. We don't want to move over Grimgaunt because we can finish this off with anything, and Grimgaunt is now a 7/7. So now we're ahead on board. We're ahead on life total. My opponent's going to draw some higher ranked cards. I also feel like we're ahead on the cards we leveled. We played only rock solid cards. If my opponent hits all their level 2s here, obviously, they'll have hit more level 2s than we did because we just played 2 level 1s that turn. However, we're on the play, so we can still play most of our, like, if I don't draw the level 2 Killer Bee, I'm not going to be upset. Damara's Pickguard still stays as a fine underdrop. I would like to draw Sorrow Maiden, Zimis, and Wirewood Patriarch at some point, but this Sorrow Maiden, as well as Grimgaunt Predator, are solid cards to have access to. Alright, that's got 2 mobility. However, the one thing that... yeah, it's kind of awkward too. Oh, and that survives. It's awkward that I can't really block that well with Grimgaunt Predator because it's going to give it 9 attack. But I guess Sorrow Maiden just finishes off a Loin Strategist. Oh, okay. So that doesn't matter because Sorrow Maiden gets to do that. I can't Omnom, can I? Yeah, it won't let me cast it. Okay, that's what I thought. So I guess Grimgaunt just goes for the positive battle here, and then Oratek Warhammer is forced into just battling on Sorrow Maiden or else dying to Sorrow Maiden. So they'll trade the Grimgaunt, or they'll trade this into Grimgaunt Predator, probably. Yeah, that's fine. I'll trade off Grimgaunt Predator and keep Sorrow Maiden. Sorrow Maiden seems... I think I didn't need to slap myself. I think there's just cards in this deck that are difficult to say. But I just noticed like I kept stumbling over my words and kept trying to say Grimgaunt Predator and Tremorsore, maybe. Bramblewood Tracker. There's a lot of tongue twisters in this game. Needed to do some vocal warm-ups, maybe. Get the mouth moving. Yeah, so I don't see Oratek Warhammer doing anything other than trading in with this Grimgaunt Predator. Stinging Invocation plus Wirewood Patriarch seems pretty sweet, though. And not sure what we do outside of that. We can Tomb Pillager plus Patriarch. Tomb Pillager can banish Nom Nom or Witherfrost Succubus. We'd just banish Nom Nom here, though. Alright, that's a positive battle. And 4 damage to the creatures opposing it, which means that those creatures would die to Wirewood Patriarch. Okay. Alright, and this thing's going to get +2/+2, but that's still not going to be that great. It means that we can't move over Grimgaunt and just take out this Oratek Warhammer, but we can put anything here and do that. So I think we just go like Tomb Pillager here, Wirewood Patriarch here, which is a positive battle, then Tomb Pillager is a trade in 2, and then we get to Sorrow Maiden this out. I've got plenty of tips for new players, Baby Powder, but I guess I don't just have generic tips. If you are looking for tips specifically for this Weekend Warrior, or are you looking for tips just kind of for drafting in general? For drafting in general, I think next week on either, I guess it would have to be Monday. I think next week on Monday I'm going to do a stream focused on new players for Solforge, and I'm really going to talk out like every possible option and every possible like card that you could be drafting. It's a sweet combo. Still going to die. And that's still going to trade, so We can go Sorrow Maiden. We can give our opponent a little bit more poison here. Yeah, so gonna do some new player streams, and I'll make special note of that. I might try to see if any website is interested in hosting that as well, either the main Solforge page or Kaleri's Ladder. But if you follow or subscribe to the YouTube channel, you will be able to find information on that as well. And I guess the basic idea, there are a lot of strategies that are like different players do like different styles of cards. I think there's this weird thing with Solforge where you get rewarded for drafting the style of deck that you like to play. And I think it's more true in Solforge than it is in other games like Magic and Hearthstone. I think in Hearthstone, I think somebody just followed. Baby Powder is now following. Cool, cool. Thank you very much. So I think in Hearthstone and Magic, there's just kind of like optimal plays, if that makes sense. Alright, my opponent should be pretty dead here. We don't get to use Lifeblood Dryad, but I'll still just play it anyways, because it's the biggest creature. And we'll hit my opponent for 11, and then they'll be at 4 poison, so they'll go down to 11 and then go down to 7 here. And that will wrap up the game in short order. But, yeah, so there's this weird thing in Solforge where you can play more aggressively or more defensively at different things. Yeah, feel free, Vandergrass, sorry. You can check out some of their articles. I haven't read any of them myself, but I do think it's important, like, if you just read something that tells you how to draft, but doesn't tell you how to play, then you're kind of doing yourself a disservice, because there is a really strong connection. Yeah, keep watching. There's a really strong connection between the type of cards that you can draft and then different play styles. I'm not sure the best way to articulate that without it coming up. But basically, when you take a card like Spite Sow or Acolyte, you've got to be prepared to not block with this, because this card's got an activate ability, and a lot of it is really just allowing yourself to not block, if I'm being honest, because that allows you to, it makes the efficacy of combat tricks more powerful, like stuff like Matrix Warden and Grove Matriarch turn into removal spells the more creatures that you just keep open lane. So there's a lot of things like that. Vandergus, is that your website, or do you just write for it? Are you one of the writers for that? I want to every once in a while dedicate my stream to a little bit more on the side of new players. Okay. And obviously I'll host those on... That's the best way to put it there too, Arzakan, is using your life total as a resource. The game kind of has two different stages. There's one where use your life total as a resource to kind of develop things on the board so that you can deal more damage to your opponent. And sometimes you can set up a board state where your opponent just has no way of coming back. Examples of this would just be you've made a really big creature, or you've just quickly put your opponent to too low of a life total, or your entire board is leafkin progenitors, or some shit like that. If you can get a place where that's your board state, then like your opponent can't really come back into the game. But there's also board states where like in draft mostly, and I guess in constructed you can always come back into the game. Yeah, I'm not big on music. If you like listening to music while watching streams, I figured you guys can put your own music on. If I put my music on, that'll probably turn off more viewers than it'll gain. But yeah, this guy's not showing up, and I'm not concerned with not losing with the 4 poison. Yeah, Leafkin is Leafkin's a pretty funny one, but that's is that the only card to ever just get removed from Solforge? I think it is, right? I think so. Yeah, I think my stream is like relatively new player friendly, but I think I would just like to have like one or two that are more like, okay, you've never drafted before, watch this video. And I don't have to make a bunch of them because I can have one and it will always exist. But so I'm doing gonna do a big giveaway stream on obviously lots of nerfs and stuff. So, the only thing, you know what also might have gotten removed? Did this card ever get removed? Herald of Destruction? Was this I know it got nerfed as well, but this card might have also been removed temporarily. Or Stygian Lotus? Yeah, a lot of times you can block in Magic and the block's free. But okay, so think about this in Magic. Your opponent swings with a 1/1. That's the only creature they have. They've got a 1/1 and they swing with it. And you've got a 2/2. Do you block with your 2/2? And oh yeah, there was that legendary that they took out of the game and then never put back in, right? Spitesower Acolyte and Sorrow Maiden is kind of a neat combo, eh? But so is just playing Shardplate Behemoth. So I think I will just play Shardplate Behemoth. I can guarantee just destroy Bramblewood Tracker, and we can clean up whatever Sorrow Maiden's got a battle with here anyways, so this seems good. We can activate and then go Stinging Invocation, Wirewood Patriarch. Ooh, do they have the mobility trigger? They do. And then a Ruby Scale Dragon. Okay, so they're not blocking. That's pretty cool. What does that mean? Do we want to just kill Ruby Scale? And then we can play Tremorsore and Wirewood Patriarch? We can also just play Zimis. Kinda don't want to play Stinging Invocation. What else could we do? I think we want to play... I see a good argument here for Invocation Patriarch. And if Invocation gets all 3 lanes, I can even let it battle with Tracker and then eat the Bramblewood, and then my opponent's still taking 11 over here and trying to figure out what the hell to do at that point. Alright, let's do it up. We're not going to get to player level 3 anyways. We get 1B. It goes right there. Alright, no justice. No justice in the world. We'll make that be a threat, and we will kill off Ruby Scale. So Gemhide Ravager can battle with the bee, take a poison, and then it'll negative battle to Sorrow Maiden here. It's not exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah, I guess Warclaw is the weirdest example of a card that's just straight up gotten removed. Those are pretty good answers to that here. That's fine. Yeah, my opponent kind of did deal with that, but this looks good. And another play that's kind of sweet is putting a Grimgaunt Patriarch in front of a Wildfire Maiden. Because now they can sacrifice it to deal 5 to everything, but that's going to grow Grimgaunt Predator, or 4 to everything. That's going to grow Grimgaunt Predator. Yeah, I don't even remember what Warclaw did, but I remember it was unintuitive, and it read like it was a lot more powerful than it was. Like, it was actually a pretty low-powered card. They're going to be able to deal with Shardplate Behemoth here, as well as deal some damage to this, but I've got a 3-2 and a 7-3 mobility, so we got some stuff we're working with here. And I guess it was Lotus that got removed as well. I just remembered there when an enemy creature enters play. Okay, so we can Doomwing this. Yeah, we'll just go Doomwing here, and then Sorrow Maiden. I'm pretty sure I can Doomwing it. There's a chance that I can't. There's also a chance that, like, I move over Doomwing, the Hammerfang moves in front of Grimgaunt Predator, and then it self-destructs. I'm really not entirely sure. Bramblewood Tracker into Snowdrift Alpha seems super, super powerful. That's not that great, but it is going to take their Korok out of range. However, their Korok's just going to... Oh no, it's going to positive battle here. Wait, what all just happened? How come my opponent has... Oh, that was a level 2 and a level 1? I guess so. Yeah, I guess last turn my opponent played Hammerfang Echoes. Yeah, it won't move, but that would be sweet. You see what I'm saying, right? Some crazy shit happened. So I'm actually just going to run out of lanes. 1, 2. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of where I want to put all of my creatures here. I'm going to put Doomwing here. I guess then we battle. And then I guess I will overwrite Bramblewood Tracker. Did I level up Wirewood Patriarch? I did level up Wirewood Patriarch. But I think I just overwrite Bramblewood Tracker and then play a Snowdrift Alpha to trade with Korok. Though you know what I can also do? It's getting a little bit tricky because I've got a lot of mobility here. But I could also put a B down. Yeah, how's my opponent going to deal with a B right now? They got so much shit going on. I mean, they could have like a Firestorm. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to move, but I wasn't entirely sure, and I was just thinking it would be sweet if it did. Uh-oh. Alright, my opponent might have an answer for the B here. Okay. Playing the 9/9. That's pretty good. Oh, and they aren't blocking Killer Bee, so my opponent is going to get poisoned here. Then my opponent is going to get a huge dude. not sure I can prevent that. Oh, you know, I kind of can prevent that. Because, I mean, not really, but... Yeah, no, Doomwing's gonna die. So I guess we... Doomwing here, and I'll Tomb Pillager. I'm not sure what I can banish, but I'm sure I can banish something. Yeah, we'll banish Lichmane Dragon, and then Positive Battle with Sorrow Maiden. My opponent will take 8, 9, 10. So this creature will be pretty big, but I can finish it off with a 7 power creature. Yeah, this will die. But then my opponent's taking so much damage. My opponent has to block both of these 2 creatures, so they're going to take 14 here. And that's going to put them down to 13 by their next turn. Ooh. Stinging Invocation was pretty good. It's going to take this out, but it will still hit them for an additional 7. And that'll be all Prodigy needs to see. Could have made some interesting stuff happen. We were going to be able to sack Bramblewood Tracker to Nephrax, and then probably just trade a Grimgaunt Predator into his dude. So we are 2-0 here. And this is a 2-0 draft, and we also got the pick bug. For those of you that weren't watching the draft portion, for whatever reason, some of my packs contained less cards than they should have. Be or Shard Plate? To be or not to be? That is the question. So we're down to Killer Bee, baby. There's just so few ways to deal with Killer Bee in this draft format specifically, even more so than Legendary Draft, and just get so much damage. That's obviously not going to punish us. We can just eat that off with Grimgaunt Predator. And then use Sorrow Maiden to kill Battletech. No, it's going to be a Nexus Gunner. Okay, that's pretty good, actually. So I guess we're throwing down a Doomwing, then, in that case. And I guess I go Doomwing, Sorrow Maiden with no real place to put the Doomwing. Yeah, that's a little awkward. Alright, we're just dodging everything here. We'll figure out some more stuff to do in a second, but we're going to play our setup creatures, and we're going to set them up. Shard Plate Behemoth means we can't lose, so we're fine. Doomwing means he's just going to turn this into a 5/10 that can... Ooh, Epidemic pretty good here. Kalari, thank you very much for the follow. Epidemic's pretty good, though I will get to make my Sorrow Maiden bigger than I would have been able to otherwise. There are some good plays here. But, no, there could be some great plays. I think I go... So it's what do I want to level? And I think I want to level Wirewood Patriarch. I could play Tomb Pillager and banish an Omnom. But I think I just want to play Wirewood Patriarch, pumping this, kill this with Scrapforge, then we play Lichmane Dragon, and we hope that it goes there. Because I think I just want to get rid of the Gunner ability. I'm actually kind of surprised my opponent didn't use the Nexus Gunner on the Scrappy. They went for the damage push there. Alright, so let's pump up Sorrow Maiden. That's going to make it... Oh, it's going to make it a 4/6. I don't know what I was thinking. And then Lichmane, roll the 50-50. And we didn't get it. We got a rather bad roll off of it as well. However, that looks like a pretty good card to sacrifice to Nephrax, wouldn't you say? I think so. My opponent only has 1 poison, so We're not killing them anytime soon. We do get to positive battle with Contagion Lord because we battle and then we smack them. Yeah, so this looks pretty good. I don't want to actually put any damage on Nephrax. Like, Nephrax could positive battle here. I'd rather just not have any damage. So I'm going to level up Bramblewood Tracker on this. We're going to activate here. Yeah, and then I'm just going to throw away a Tracker and then throw away a Scrappy. It's not like we really need the Tracker. Like, we could have gone Nephrax, eat this, and then play Bramblewood Tracker in lane 1. But we've got enough creatures. The fact that Bramblewood Tracker's in the deck means that we're going to have even more creatures in a second. Here we get to go... Yeah, even with that Epidemic, we get to go Bramblewood Tracker into Shardplate Behemoth, make a 5/5, and then Lifeblood Dryad. And that's even if they kill our Lichmane Dragon here. So we're going to have a full board. All of our guys are going to get +2/+2. We're going to have an 11/11. That one's a little bit awkward because it's going to have such a big range as a 7/7. So what do we not want it to be able to hit? I guess we don't want it to put any damage on Shardplate Behemoth. Yeah, so we go Bramblewood. Is this a random lane? Let's find out. No, it doesn't look like it. Free Shardplate Behemoth, and then Lifeblood Dryad. Our whole board gets +2/+2, and we went from an empty board to a full board, which is going to set up Nephrax. It could potentially set up Patriarch, but I think we're going to go Nephrax and Doomwing here, and we'll be able to sacrifice Lifeblood Dryad. No, we won't. Interesting, my opponent went for the trade rather than moving that over first. If my opponent... I think they might move it over now and realize their mistake, because I wouldn't want to trade a 7/3 for a 3/3. Yeah, they are going to. We do have the ability to Wirewood Patriarch the Spirit token. Wirewood Patriarch also positive battles here with Grimgaunt Predator. We definitely have some decisions to make because I don't want damage on Nephrax, but I also kind of want to play Doomwing. I also kind of want to play Wirewood Patriarch because it will pump both of these up, and my opponent has so many... my opponent has so many whatchamacallits in their deck. They have so many Epidemics. They have 2 Epidemics in their deck. All in all, though, yeah, I don't think I can afford to, because we're just going to run out of lanes. I'm going to go like this, we're going to battle, and then I'm going to play a Doomwing. So we're only going to hit my opponent for 14 here. We do still have this 1 poison ticking away. Doomwing can just come over and finish off the 10/10, so I'm not worried about the 10/10. Forge Oracle is going to barely be a positive battle, but barely a positive battle is good enough. What can we Tomb Pillage here? We can Tomb Pillage 1 Tomb Pillager, so one of those is worth playing. What does this guy make? 10/10s? It's pretty good too. I guess we're going to be out of lanes again. Yeah, so we do that. We're just immediately out of lanes. Yeah, it's kind of awkward. So I guess we Aetherphage to get his trigger. See what he gives us. We get an Ambriel's Edict. Holy shit. That was a really good Aetherphage. Then we'll throw down a Tomb Pillager, get rid of a Tomb Pillager, and make another 10/10. Holy Ambriel's Edict, Batman. Well, that was a close one. Ambriel's Edict would destroy our whole board here. We'd be left with a Doomwing. That is another level 2 Epidemic. It's going to make this Nephrax into bait while also trading off with Doomwing Drake. Okay. Okay, we got a game. Do I have a zombie? This is not a zombie on level 1. So I think we Tomb Pillager, make the deck a little bit smaller, and then play a Zimus. Will these trade? Yeah, these trade in 2, so I guess that's fine. Though we do have Wirewood Patriarch next turn, so maybe that was wrong. We do win this game eventually in 51 more turns. Our opponent is dead here, so now in 44 more turns. So we're getting there. Bramblewood Tracker for a free Killer Bee, and then Tomb Pillager, banishing nothing. Excuse me. Clearing off some lands does mean that Killer Bee is going to have some more room to roam, though, so that's good. Go Bramblewood Tracker, Tomb Pillager, and I'm not going to banish anything with this Tomb Pillager. I don't know how I say no. Wait, do I have to? No, I don't have to. Alright, cancel. Interesting. How do I cancel Tomb Pillager's ability? Does anybody know? I can exit the client. I imagine it will still be there. Is this a bug? Am I supposed to have a button here, but it's not displaying? I just have to banish it? Alright, I'm going to try one more thing then. I'm going to try to see if I can cancel this ability on the mobile client. The mobile client is typically there's some differences that come up. Alright, I've got it here on my phone. Entering the game. Almost just forfeited the game. It says choose a target or press cancel at the top of the screen. Well, that's... doesn't look like it's giving it to me here either. Okay, well, it's not the biggest deal if we lose out here. On a level 3 creature in our deck, we'll battle. And we will play a Killer Bee. How will this go? It'll probably just die to Epidemic, right? So it doesn't really matter. Alrighty, so Steelforged Avatar is going to come there, and that is a positive battle for my opponent now. We'll see if we can Aetherphage something out of him. One thing that's interesting is my opponent could have sacrificed the Contagion Lord. Oh, okay, they're going to Discordant Strike. They're going to Discordant Strike to kill Zimus and to negate that. So my opponent isn't dealing with the bee. My opponent had 3 plays this turn. Oh, they are dealing with the bee. They've got a level 1 Discordant Strike as well. And that's going to kill the bee and completely finish off, shrinking off that. Sounds good. Do I have real Necrim cards in my discard pile that I can banish now? I'm not sure. What's still in my discard pile? Can I banish something that isn't one of these? And give this +2/+2 and this minus. It's like kind of reasonable. Definitely trailed off a little bit here. We just don't want to lose to Scrappy. Scrappy needs to hit us 4 times and we're dead. Aetherphage is a positive battle here. Maybe I just Aetherphage and then either Nom Nom or play another Tomb Pillager. I guess I Nom Nom. considering the fact that Tomb Pillager... Okay, so I can... We get the Ambriel's Edict again. Alright, let's... do I have to exit the game, or can I just exit to menu here? So I want to see what's in my graveyard before I play this Tomb Pillager. Looks like I've got a Witherfrost Succubus that I can banish this time. So I will get to keep my Tomb Pillager. Pretty crazy that we get to keep getting that Edict, though. The Edict wouldn't be great here for my opponent. Looks like it is probably going to matter that we missed off a Tomb Pillager. So that's definitely a little bit awkward, but we'll figure it out. We do have Doomwing, Dire Drake, and Nephrax to deal with the Scrappies and Forge Oracles from my opponent here. Alright, and Cersei for the trade. That's fine. We can go Lichmane Dragon. We can go Snowdrift Alpha. We can go Zimus. I think we are going to want to get the Zimus into the deck. And I think I will just play the Lichmane Dragon as well. Seems reasonable. I can take 20 here. And this actually puts my opponent in kind of an awkward position where now they have to take 9. I also get to play a free spell. I get to block the Stygian Lotus on this and then eat the Stygian Lotus with Nephrax. So we can make some sweet things happen here. Frontline Combatant is going to kill the first half of Zimus. Alright, it's going to kill the first half of Zimus. I'm just going to sacrifice this guy to himself, and then I get to play Lotus. Then I get to battle. Then I get to sacrifice this Lotus to Nephrax in the side lane. This card's a little bit annoying, but I think hitting my opponent for 19 here, that will put them down to 12, right? I think I can make that work. Oh, okay. My opponent agrees. Interesting, considering that they had the Steel Eye. I think they maybe had a shot there. But they just didn't have the plays for it. Nephrax was going to be pretty good. I forget exactly what he does. I tried to read him, but it was a little bit bugged out. So let me double check that. I think he makes 15/15s. Yeah, he does. So he's a 12/25 that makes 15/15s. Pretty strong. And we were able to Aetherphage at the exact right turns to keep getting my opponent's Edict. Bacon Poet, hello, hello. This is High Rarity Draft. It's the Weekend Warrior. And that game makes us 3-0. And let's finish it off. For those of you guys just joining us, here's the deck. It's, I don't know. It's a deck. It's hard to really talk. There's not... I mean, there's definitely some synergies going on, but it's really mostly just powerful cards, and you'll see the synergies as they kind of come up. You'll also notice that Oh, gotcha. Yeah. If you thought that this was just like a constructed deck or something, because it doesn't look like a limited deck, because there's all the rares or all the legends and heroics, but at the same time it also doesn't really look like a constructed deck, because it is a hodgepodge of random ass cards here. But yes, this is the Weekend Warrior. Every 6-card pack you get a legend, though some of those 6-card packs are 5-card packs because of a bug. Anyways, and then every other pack contains only heroics. I didn't force Utera Necrium, though I do think it's very good. I would consider forcing Necrium. I think Necrium is pretty strong. I would pretty much consider forcing anything but Tempe's. I think Tempe's is probably the weakest color. There are some powerful cards in Tempe's, but I think Tempe's also just has the most random and the weakest cards, as well as having the most powerful cards. There are just... I think you're more likely to see just picks and packs that you have nothing to do with in Tempe's and Aloyan. There are a few of them in Necrium, however, the power level of the legends in Necrium, I think, outweigh the negatives of having some... the card where you sacrifice a creature and play another spell. I mean, that card doesn't really do anything right. This is fine, though. We get to play a Patriarch and a Tracker. What else is bad in Necrium? There's, I don't know. I mean, nothing's horrible, I guess. His hand is pretty good, albeit Nifrax is a little awkward, potentially, without a way to have something to sacrifice with it. Could just be sacrificing the Bramblewood Tracker that is slated to die here. Epidemic is pretty awkward, because that means they get to kill Patriarch and leave unscathed. If we want to play Nefrax, that means we have to play Shardplate Behemoth or Snowdrift Alpha. I think I will play a 7/7, and then I will play a Nefrax here. So we leave behind a 7/7 against my opponent. Lichmane Dragon does positive battle Cersei. However, Lichmane Dragon... Oh no, I can get Formation, because I can make a 5/5. Oh, but if I get Formation, then destroying or spawning an enemy creature that was destroyed this game doesn't do anything. Oh. Isn't that interesting? Huh. So we can... That's a little bit annoying. Because the only creature of my opponent's that has died this game is Sorrow Maiden. So getting a Sorrow Maiden for free, and it would pop up right here, does seem pretty okay to me. I could go Stinging Invocation. Right, yeah. It wouldn't be a positive battle, you're right. But it would feel like a positive battle because I'd get it the fuck out of here. Very true. It's not a positive battle. So what would I be hoping for Stinging Invocation? Nothing, really. I don't need to play Stinging Invocation. Looks like this is just awkward. Like, if I go Grimgaunt Predator... I don't even need to play Grimgaunt Predator. Oh, I think I see what I do. Okay. Yeah. Let's go like this. Okay. Okay, wait. That might actually be helpful. Means that Cersei's locked into this spot. Which doesn't really help us that much. Okay. We'll get a Sorrow Maiden. So I'm pretty sure I'm getting a Sorrow Maiden. Alright. We get a Sorrow Maiden. We battle, and then we just trade off Grimgaunt Predator with Cersei. I don't love it. Let's battle. So I could overwrite Grimgaunt Predator here. It'll take 2 damage. Is it 9? I'm going to want Sorrow Maiden actually to activate on this. This has a mobility. Alright, we'll just throw out a Grimgaunt Predator. We got enough other stuff going on here. It's fine. I don't love throwing out Grimgaunt Predator, but it's about all we can hope for out of this hand. We can Tomb Pillager and banish Witherfrost Succubus. And then we also have Sorrow Maiden, Shard Plate. That flank ability doesn't work. So, okay, but that changes the battle, and then that's a positive battle. Okay, so we're going to trade off most things right here. This is going to get bigger. I guess this guy can move over. Yeah, we probably want him to do so then. And then I can either put Tomb Pillager on this. Yeah, Sorrow Maiden's just going to finish off the Allomancer. Which, by the way, this card is spelled incorrectly on the Solforge website. When another Circe. Right. That's a little annoying then, too. But we've got a lot of Sorrow Maidens. Though so does my opponent. Sorrow Maiden is good against absolutely every single card in their deck, though. So that's good. And even under-leveled Sorrow Maidens are pretty reasonable. So let's activate this because I don't want my opponent to level another card. Let's just move this here. I'm going to play a Sorrow Maiden. My opponent ranked up. I'm just going to play a Tomb Pillager. I don't care that it's going to take 2 more points of damage on it, and let's get Witherfrost Succubus out of here. Now my opponent Circe can... Yeah, there's no hard removal in the deck, though there are 2 Sorrow Maidens. Or, yeah, there's 2 Sorrow Maidens, so those are kind of removal. Obviously, Doomwing doesn't work with it, and Omnom and Spitesoar Acolyte are not things that like you really want to count on. Though there are some things just as a virtue of being in Necrium. Though, at the same time, it's a 9/9 mobility. If my opponent plays any under-leveled creatures, it's still good. It was better than all the other cards that we had in hand, and it's still like a good card. Like, imagine just being able to play it on this, you know? And you just eat the Circe and level up with it. So there's stuff like that that comes up. Don't want to play Tomb Pillager here. We actually do want to destroy Circe. Oh no, we can get in for 5 points of damage instead. This gets 2 mobility. Yeah, 1 point of damage on Nephrax is fine. So let's go like this. This makes 10/10s, so that'll be able to eat Aloyan Strategist. So let's go Nephrax killing Sorrow Maiden. And then play Snowdrift Alpha here. I think. Yeah. That way we can guarantee activate it. And if we can make a 10/10, that'll destroy Aloyan Strategist as well. If my opponent has a... we can Tomb Pillager or Tomb Pillager. My opponent's going to hit us for 9. If my opponent has a Sorrow Maiden, they don't have a great spot for it. It's not bad. It's going to just eat our dog, and then we'd have to make a 10/10 there. And then they're going to play their Sorrow Maiden there. We got Shardplate Behemoth, Aetherphage. Is this available lanes into an available space? So we do have to be careful with this dog. Do you have to put it? Put a copy into an available space. Sounds like you have to do it. Sounds like we're going to wind up with way too many dogs here. We really just want one dog to go over here, I guess, and that's the only thing we're doing with it. And we'll let my opponent get that out of the way. Alright, so we'll go here, throw a dog here. We can throw it here as well, but we're going to overwrite that in a minute. We battle. We go... Though Sorrow Maiden isn't bad. I could just play Sorrow Maiden here, and then I'm playing Shard Plate Behemoth in front of their Sorrow Maiden. Oh, you know what? They're going to Sorrow Maiden our Nephrax, aren't they? Of course they are. Just thinking I don't hate Cersei, or I don't hate having access to Sorrow Maiden for their potential Cerseis in the future. But this doesn't kill that, so let's just play Shard Plate Behemoth. We'll kill our opponent's creature. We can even Aetherphage here. Epidemic is like a little bit awkward against us right now, so we could take a level 1 Epidemic from their hand. That sounds fine. Yeah, we'll see if they have a level 1 Epidemic. And they do not. Alright, Bramblewood Tracker into Lifeblood Dryad, Wirewood Patriarch. That seems solid. I mean, Tracker and Patriarch are pretty strong, and they are strong in conjunction with each other as well. Oh, they had the level 2 Epidemic. That's why I couldn't play around it. And then they're going to destroy Shard Plate with the activation and put a Cersei on Nephrax. No, they're going to destroy Nephrax and Shard Plate Behemoth. Oh, Shard Plate Behemoth. Oh, will it trade? Oh, this is confusing. So it's going to go down to a 3/3, but then I can give it +3/+3. No, so it won't trade. It'll be just under. So I guess we go Lifeblood Dryad here off of the Bramblewood Tracker. Yeah, because we do definitely want to kill this Allomancer. And we'll kill off most of my opponent's board here. Grimgaunt Predator, Sorrow Maiden, those are solid cards. What did we not draw? A Shard Plate Behemoth and a Lich Mane Dragon. Those are fine cards to have not drawn as well. Shard Plate still functions as a good underdrop. That works out really well for Grimgaunt Predator, because my opponent's guy will now be an 8/8, so Grimgaunt can positive battle with that. And that's one of those things like Grimgaunt Predator. There's just almost always a good spot for him. My opponent doesn't hit any Cerseis here. They're not going to have any level 3 Cerseis, as far as I'm aware. And that can't level a Cersei. So yeah, my opponent's just chump blocking there. And these do trade, so that's a pretty good battle for my opponent. Alright, so I will have a 13/5 as a result of this. And then an open lane Sorrow Maiden. And my opponent has no Cersei 3s, which means they're going to have no Cersei 4s. Which means we're looking pretty good. We are going to trade off Justicar with Tracker, and I will be right back. There is the Cersei, but it's not doing too much here. We can choose to trade Sorrow Maidens, and then we will just activate Cersei, or activate Sorrow Maiden on Cersei, And then we get in with a 17-9. 17-9 seems pretty good. That's going to trade with most level 2 creatures out of my opponent. My opponent also does have one more level 2 Cersei in their deck. But then they're just playing that. They could also Epidemic 3, which will kill this off, but... Otherwise, what am I doing? I'm just letting Cersei trade with Tomb Pillager. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go for it. Make a big dude. And I think what we have to do here, just because of the way the client works, is we have to play a creature that isn't Tomb Pillager, and then we have to play Tomb Pillager, banishing the other card that we just played. Beneficial effect on my opponent's card? Sure, whatever you say. Whatever you say. We did get kind of rewarded. We drew the Wirewood Patriarch, so this guy will get a hefty +5/+5, though so would our other Tomb Pillagers have. If I could have played anything, what I would have liked to do would have been play Snowdrift Alpha and Tomb Pillager. And then all of those dogs would have gotten +5/+5, so that would have been a little bit better, as well as the Alpha himself becoming an 11-9. So that would have been a little bit better, but this could still work out, I think, here. And that is going to be a trade, and then looks like we're just going to eat that. We don't even have to activate, right? That's how that works. And then I can either go for a Killer Bee or a Sorrow Maiden, or just a Damara's Pit Guard. All of these cards will get a +5/+5 bonus. That's a tricky one. Because Killer Bee, I think, is what I want to do and start just slowly chipping away. Even though it seems like it's too little too late, giving my opponent 1 poison, it is going to add up. Sorrow Maiden is the safest play. Damara's Pit Guard is the most aggressive play. And I'm a little bit worried about Epidemic 3. However, I think I'm going to be here. It's always the question in Solforge, to be or not to be. And we can just battle. Activating doesn't do anything. Got Tracker into Stygian Lotus plus a Grimgaunt Predator. My opponent plays a 7 health creature. We can be and then Predator and do that shit. I don't think we'll need to do that. Oh, or if they play a 9 health creature. If my opponent has Epidemic here, it's not the worst thing in the world. They probably play Epidemic, and then they positive battle the Tomb Pillager. We can throw away the Spite Sower Acolyte if we need to. We're enough ahead here that we can make a play that might translate into more for us. That's a good spot for Stygian Lotus. That's a reasonable spot for Stygian Lotus. Think we might neglect to poison our opponent here. Alluring Strategist is such a strong card. Let's just get rid of it. I've had enough of you, Loin Strategist. Play Bramblewood Tracker, Grimgaunt Predator, and Lotus Up. Actually, now that I think about it, I like Predator here and Tracker here, but it winds up working out just the same. We drew a Nephrax, so if we need to move our Predator, we can play Nephrax in lane 1, eating the Lotus in lane 4, and then moving Predator over to lane 4. There's the Epidemic. That's going to mean that we lose our Lotuses and lose the ability to make that play. Though this still does not seem that bad. This is just a 6/9. I can eat that with Nephrax. That is going to be a negative battle that levels up Cersei. Cool. I need to put damage on Nephrax or Bramblewood Tracker. Actually, I don't. And I won't. We can afford to take 9 a few more times here. We've got Lotuses in the deck. We've got Stinging Invocation. Actual Killer Bees, though they're not as good. We'll finish it off just the same. We also have 15/15s that we get to make. I don't want to put damage on either of these two creatures. They're both so good. Let's not hurt them. Alright, there is the Cersei. However, Cersei dies to Sorrow Maiden pretty handedly. I don't even think our opponent wanted to block Sorrow Maiden there. And then they will have a Sorrow Maiden of their own. Alright, so they are going to give us the difficult choice here. However, that is 20. That is 35. I think we have to go for the play that deals more damage to our opponent. And then we will just put the most powerful creatures out on the board. Oh, I forgot about the fact that I get to make a 15/15. To an available space. So I want to have a 15/15 here. So none of this stuff matters. Okay. Yeah, we just do like this. We do like this. I will play Killer Bee. Oh no, I won't even play it. I will just discard it. I probably should have just discarded Lotuses. We battle. Put that there. Oh, shit. Whatever. I guess now I have to put it here. Okay, that's fine. And I will banish Tomb Pillager. Because I have to. Unlucky. But my opponent is at 1. They have to have Epidemic 3. That will mean that we trade here. We probably trade here. Yeah, we trade here, and then they have to have a creature that can block both of these. That's going to be tough for them. Yeah, they would have had to have an Epidemic 3 and an Epidemic 4. So that is a 4-0 Weekend Warrior High Legendary Draft. That's how you do it, baby. And what are our prizes here? Draconic Echoes and 2 tickets. Sounds pretty sweet. That was pretty quick. I think we can squeeze another one of those in here real quick. So let's start it up. And let's enter. So again, I do like black. You can kind of see when you look at this pack. So the 3 black cards are all good. This really needs other cards to work with it, Ator, though it is good. And Ator is probably the best card in the pack. Maybe, or maybe one of these. Brimstone Tyrant is just kind of silly. I mean, it's not silly, but it's a lot trickier to make work. And then Call the Lightning, that one's actually silly. Varna's Pact, I think, is strong, but I don't think it is as strong as Nether Shriek, actually. And then it's really just a matter of Nether Shriek or Oros. Which one do you want to play? Oros is also just a really strong card at every rank. But I love me a Nether Shriek. I really do. It's bad when it's gated. You see how often, like, I just have a full board and I can just choose exactly where Nether Shriek goes. I think Nether Shriek is where you want to be. It's removal as well as a bomb. So, we're going to pick it up here. The level 3 is just a killer. And then we are forced into playing either Red or Aloyan. We can't play Utera. But at least we weren't locked out of Necreum, because I do think Necreum is the best color. Master of Elements. I need to take a drink, sorry. Master of Elements does kind of work with Nether Shriek. This lets me level up a card, right? Lets me level up a card. It's pretty weak, but it does let me level stuff up. Or I can play a 6/6, 9, or I'm sorry, it's a 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, 13. That doesn't sound that exciting either. I guess I will play Shadowsmith. They're like kind of okay in multiples. Master of Elements is sweet, but I don't think I want to be in 10-piece, and it's also not even good with Nether Shriek. It looks like a combo because this guy plays spells, but this is a gated spell, so we'll just take a level up card, and that will allow us to level up some stuff like Scrapforge Titan. So now on player level 1, I can play a 3/6 that levels up my 1/1 instead of having to commit to the 1/1. So I think that's good. Justicar seems reasonable. Grimgaunt Predator, also pretty powerful, but Scrapforge Titan will just win us games. Disian Brood Queen versus Sorrow Maiden. Surprisingly, I think these cards are pretty close in power level. I think Sorrow Maiden gets pretty much anything that you would need to, and it also lets you snowball, whereas Brood Queen also doesn't pack that hard of a punch, and without the trigger, without the little snake, he's not doing too much. So we'll take a Sorrow Maiden. These two cards are a combo in conjunction with each other. Oh wait, no they're not. No, Crypt Conjurer is bad. We'll take Rite of the Grimgaunt here. And I actually don't hate Rite of the Grimgaunt. It is fine with armor, and enough creatures die that you can get the Grimgaunt going. I love Killian. Grimgaunt Doomrider's good. Lichbane Dragon is a solid all-around card, but I think Killian is just the sweetest. It means that if you forget to level something up, you can go back and level it. Onyxium, Allomancer. We're going to get to level a lot of cards here. So I'm going to take it, and we're just going to have to make sure that we get enough cards that are underdrops and early game plays, which luckily Killian also is. Card just also is an underdrop, which is insane. Alright, I don't think this does anything, but I had to read it. War Tinker is cute. It can go search for Scrappy. Maybe that's enough. Contagion Lord will make our deck only a little bit bigger, and has the benefit of letting us play additional spells. It's also a good card, so we don't fall behind on board. The War Tinker's kind of funny. Like, if our only robots are Scrapforge Titans, then War Tinker is just another Scrappy. That's pretty strong. However, Yeah, it makes our deck smaller, whereas the other card makes our deck bigger, so I think we'll grab it for that reason. I don't like any of these. Warmonger mod is interesting, but it's soft-gated, so there's not much you can do with it. We're just going to take a Disian Brood Queen, and we just have so many Brood Queens now. Overwhelming Force can actually work. It's like a... There's the 3/3 that gives all your guys +3 attack, and then it's got Overload. It's kind of like that. I think Overwhelming Force is actually a fine card. Palladium Simulacrum. Xerxes. Don't know what this does. No. It's not horrible. Varna is really good, and a Forgeborn frontline combatant. We can take this guy, but then we get a bunch of spiders in our deck. Not sure if we want that. This art's sweet. Yeah, I like the art on Aradne. Feel like Xerxes can buy us a lot of time. He's a 5/7. Gives some stuff -1/-1. Palladium Simulacrum is a late game bomb. But I don't know. Varna, also pretty good. It is also a Forgeborn, so it's sweet with Killian because we can play the level 4 in rank 3. Frontline Combatant is the new hot goodness, but I think we like Xerxes here. I think Xerxes, it's just got real good stats, and the minus ability means that it's going to be able to take care of anything that's left on the board. Then I think we want to grab Forge Oracle. I know I said we want cards that are good early, but Forge Oracle, it's a consistent 20/20 and 10/10. That kind of makes up for the fact that we will be slacking a little bit in the early game. We take War Machine. We can take another level up card, or we can take Tomb Pillager to start trying to make our deck a little bit smaller and also just have a reasonable play. I think we go for the reasonable play here. There is also a Discordant Strike. Maybe I just take this. I think I'll have the Allied Necreum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, if I don't have the Allied Necreum, Allomancer's not going to work either. It's kind of funny. We get the choice of 2 cards that can make our deck smaller or a level up card. Tomb Pillager I'm kind of annoyed with right now. That bug makes this card significantly worse. It means that when you play it on 3.1, you've got to banish the level 3. Or 2.1 even. Or also 1.1. So I guess we'll take Discordant Strike. I think we can make some stuff work with that. I'm not sure if I've ever played that card, to be honest. Guess I take Leyline Sentry over Rite of the Grimgaunt. This does help towards our Allied, but I think we just want the creatures. Ambriel's Edict. That is really good. Okay, so, yeah, forgot about that one. That gets us a lot of time if we can draw it. Aegis Knight's good. Frontline Combatant's good. Soul Drinker, I don't know what this does anymore. That's fine. This guy cares about zombies. Oh man, these legends are really hard to calculate exactly what the hell they do. And then you see a card like Woebringer. He's pretty simple. However, every other card in our deck has like no attack. I think we just want a frontline combatant. It's pretty solid. How does it level? Not great. I guess it's like an 8-8, a 12-12, and a 24-24, though. Those numbers are pretty good. Yeah, alright, I'll take Frontline Combatant. I think we can make that work. Battletech or Scrapforge Titan. Man, brings me back. Brings me back. And you know what? I don't remember what I decided way back when. I don't remember which one of these I thought was better. What I do know is that this deck is a lot more likely to need a Battle Tactician than a Scrapforge Titan because we already have so many weak cards in the deck that we don't need more cards to level. We've got good cards to level. Well, we've got a Scrapforge Titan. We've also got the other Forge Oracle, and we're going to pick up another Legend or two. Whereas Battletech, the other reason to pick it up is I haven't played with Battletech in like over a year. So let's grab a Battletech and let's do it up, baby. What can this destroy? Utera? No. Leyline Demon, if they play too many spells, we'll just take a Discordant Strike. And we do want to get some Necrium cards at some point, but we're not seeing any Necrium cards. This is a 5-5 mobility, 10-10, 15-15 mobility. Solid stat line. It's not going to draw us any Metaminds, most likely. Though if we do have one Metamind... Oh, you know what? Did we take War Tinker? We did. And now we've got additional robots in the deck. Alright, let's take Airmine Squadron. I don't want to get many more robots. I will take a Tomb Pillager. And hopefully we can make that Tomb Pillager work. Soul Reap? Probably not. What does this guy do? He's a Metamind, so we can search him up. It's kind of funny that we've got a search effect. None of these other cards seem great. Spirit Stone Sentry, I think, is okay, but we can't really capitalize on it that great. I'll take the Metamind. That's funny that we can tutor for it. And then Epidemic we definitely want. That card's super powerful. We'll take it over War Tinker here. And Ambriel's Edict is definitely where we want to be as well. And Villian Arbiter's strong, but grabbing a bunch of Edicts so that we can't die to some dumb shit seems pretty good. Evan Skull Knight is the perfect card for the deck as well. It's a solid underdrop. We have Sigmund Fraud or Omnom. Oh, we can barely cast Omnom. I've got one zombie in the whole deck, so I guess I'll take this. I really want to banish whatever card I grab here. We don't want Scrappy. I don't think we want Nexus Bubble. Murderous Necromancer and Varna are both strong. I'm really tempted to pick up Varna because I want to level it up with Killian. Necromancers just seem so good. Necromancer's not really like synergistic. It's just a powerful card. I definitely want to take a Necrium card here though, so that I can banish it. We'll take Necromancer. That seems sweet. And then I can get another Battletech, another level up card. This card is good in conjunction with itself. I think it's just got to be Battletech though. This card's insane. This card's really insane if you've never played with it before. It's got a crazy ability and you don't even sacrifice anything in stats on levels 2 and 3. I mean, it's worse than Aloyan Strategist, but still really good. What does this guy do? Destroying level 1 enemy creature. I think I'll take Flesh Reaver here. We already have 2 battle techs. I don't really need a Nexus tech. So Flesh Reaver seems good. It's a good underdrop. We can banish it. It adds to the one thing. War Merchant works in the center lane? No. It gives a creature in the center lane bonuses. Well, how many abominations do I have? That makes 3. I can also banish the other half of it. I think I'm just going to grab War Merchant, though. Though, to be honest, I played with this the other day. Card seemed really mediocre. Alright, I'll grab Contagion Lord. It makes our deck a little bit bigger again, but we can work with it. And I think I will take Flesh Fiend over Grimgaunt here, just because of the Abomination synergies. And let's go. Alright, these are firing off super quick, so that's always good. And we can go Forge Oracle into Forge Titan. That's, I mean, it's right in the name there. They clearly want you to do it. Ooh, okay, well, Discordant Strike doesn't even really work. Yeah, I'm gonna Forge Oracle, level Scrap Forge Titan, and then Edict to clear off 2 of my opponent's bees here. Hey Costini, how you doing, man? I thought you were saying cheers because we just got paired against each other and you just made a bunch of bees against me. Very cool. Yeah, these drafts are fun. I am just going to do this draft here, and then that'll be it for my stream for the day. Well, Leyline Sentry, we might want to level. We are... We also don't really have that many other plays if we don't play Leyline Sentry. We're already poisoned, but it's not the worst poison in the world. Tusken Spore Lord I also don't think is going to be a huge deal. I think we can deal with that. I mean, we don't really have any other plays here. It's just Shadowsmith, level Leyline Sentry, and then play a Flesh Fiend to threaten my opponent's Spore Lord. Xerxes seems good against my opponent's deck. Maybe we play this guy. I don't really know what he does. I'll definitely play him if Forge Oracle is still around and I can use his ability. Though it also can just trade with this. I can also just ignore this for 1 more turn. That's 16 more damage, and then it'll just turn into a 0-12, and I won't have to deal with it at all. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, luckily we are dealing with Tusken Spore Lord here. But this does not seem great. Alright, and they're going for the Wegu's Embrace on this guy. They're going all out. So now I have to overwrite. And then I give this less attack. Yeah, I don't love any of this. I don't love any of what's going on right now. But I clearly have to destroy Tusken Spore Lord. And my only way with which to do that is either Contagion Fiend or Crux Metamind Rogue. I think I will level the better cards. I'm taking a shitload of damage here. I'm not sure I can get back in this game. What will I have to do? Play Xerxes? It doesn't really seem like it does anything. This is going to go away, so that's good. Alright, let's do this. Do I want these to just trade? I think I do. And then I'll set up a trade here with Xerxes. Alright, we've got a Battle Tech. Frontline Combatant. Steals damage equal to its armor, right? Yeah, equal to its armor. Alrighty. So Battle Tech can eat up this plant. My opponent might replace Othra. They might not. We do have another Edict here. So we do have the ability to go Xerxes, Edict, Frontline Combatant, and we've stabilized. Oh, I guess we haven't, because they're going to keep around this now. So if we Edict, they have a 4-4, or they have an 8-8, and then we trade Frontline Combatant for the 8-8. Guess so. Yeah, we like have to Edict. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And then, yeah, then once we Edict... Oh... Okay. It's not a huge deal, but that was a dumb-ass play. Okay. I just forgot that I would have to discard my whole hand and not be able to play a second card that turn. I should have played Frontline Combatant and then played Edict, and it would have been fine. Now my opponent's going to hit me for a whole bunch more damage. Xerxes gets to clean up the board, but I don't get to activate Xerxes in time. This was looking real bad for us anyways here. I'm just going to block here so I take 3 less poison. I don't think I've got any shot at winning this one, though. I'm going to get 6 more poison on me. I'll have 7 poison. Yeah. The stream is a little bit laggy for me today, too. Like, if I refresh, my stream's a little bit far behind. Yeah. It's not that far behind, but at least a little bit. Alright, they gave all their they ferocious roared. Yeah, I don't see how in the world we could possibly come back from this. We have to kill off both the bees. Air my squadron, which is cute, but it doesn't actually do anything. So I'll just do like this, then I'll take 9 damage plus 7 more. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm not doing the math here, but like maybe if I hit the Scrappy as soon as I can possibly hit it. We won the last one though, so win some, lose some. Epidemic is potentially good here too. Alright, so these are going to trade. They're going to hit me for 14. Yeah, we don't have to. Epidemic then. Discard and level up a card. Yeah. So we'll level up Epidemic. We'll level up Killian. Trade off a bunch of stuff, and we've stabilized! And then we lose. We didn't get Scrappy either, so we can get a 20-20 next turn, but that's only going to be able to battle with our opponent once before we die. So I am not going to hold my breath here. Pretty sure we've lost this one. pretty sure we're dead. And you know what? I'm gonna not waste our time. Let's get out of this one. We can wait for our opponent to figure out how they just have to press the battle button and play no cards, and we die. Or we can just move on. How does that sound? Sounds a little bit better to me. Sorry, I'm just texting one of my friends here. I will give you guys more attention in 1 second. Let's just do like this. Level up our 2 best cards. Could have also just played Ebon Skull right there, but this just levels up our 2 best cards. And now we can banish Ebon Skull Knight. I don't know if we need to banish Ebon Skull Knight. We can just play Discordant Strike and Nether Shriek then. This is a good Discordant Strike target. Nether Shriek is a little bit awkward though if... I guess it's 50-50 to hit something. But one of those things is only a 3-3. Tomb Pillager would positive battle, but... So it would go like Discordant Strike, kill off this, and then just Tomb Pillager here. Nah, I want to see where Nether Shriek goes. Alright, that's fine. So, first we give something -4 attack. So this gets -4 attack. We'll give this -4. Just Edict turn 1. Turn 1, Killian Edict. Get it out of the deck. Unless you're lagging super bad. Wait, Hergrata, are you lagging bad enough that you are looking at the Frontline Combatant Edict? Or have I just... No, I'm pretty sure I just looked over at chat like a second ago. Alright, our opponent played an Aetherphage, and... What did they take from us here? Fucking bees, man. Fucking bees. Triggers Aetherphage. I guess we can look in the discard to see what they took. They took another Discordant Strike. And they got all the bees, too. Just for filthy, filthy rubbins. Forge Oracle's only okay here. Alright, we're gonna get... Oh, wait. Their bees are locked in. Oh, fuck you, bees. You bees are locked in, dude. You're not going anywhere. Alright, that's much better than just taking 2 poison. We can take 8 damage here, or we can take 2 poison, which will add up to much more than 8 damage. It'll mean that all these cards die, but this is a Grow Wide card. This will get us back in the game. We're good. We're doing it. Don't worry. Alrighty. Alright. Done with the texting. Sorrow Maiden is, like, pretty much going to die here anyways. I think we want to kill off this Brood Queen. This is going to be pretty big. We already played a Battletech. We don't really need another one, but card is still good. Yeah, we're definitely killing Brood Queen here. We can level up our own Brood Queen. This is going to die, this is going to die, this is going to become a 9/9. So we can sacrifice Varna to deal with it. I guess we can play Battletech, actually, then. So what could we do? We could, like, just play Battletech and Xerxes. Okay, yeah. Let's play Battletech, Xerxes, and keep my opponent's guy at an 8/8. We overwrite both of our poison creatures because they're dying anyways, and then we'll be able to make this into a 7/7. We only need to draw a 5-attack creature to finish it off. We don't quite, but we could. We could Battletech block here. I don't know what the hell that means. It's a Sigmund Fraud. And that is a positive battle with a Varna. Let's go ahead and activate this, first and foremost. Just going to shrink both of those guys. So I think we can go Murderous Necromancer and then Battletech center lane. It's going to leave this at 4. I think Murderous Necromancer will survive, and... Oh, that won't quite let us kill Sigmund Fraud. Well, we're already killing Sigmund Fraud, right? This is already a trade. So if that's the case, let's just play Battletech as a creature, and we'll just play Murderous Necromancer as a card to finish off Varna. Battletech is strong enough that it can just be a creature. Oh, wait. I guess I missed something here. Oh, this was a 6/13. So this was just a trade anyways, too. Okay. I don't know if that makes my play better or worse. We don't have a Necrium card for this Discordant Strike, and we don't have a space for Leyline Sentry to spawn, so it can't spawn. That's really weird. I think I will take this out with Discordant Strike. I could also take this out with Discordant Strike. I could take this out with Frontline Combatant. Okay, so see ya in a Kia. Kill your B and get you for 17. My opponent has made a lot of Bs, and somehow we have managed to get out of there with no poison. So that is pretty good. Tomb Pillager for the trade. I can dig it. Cersei's gonna probably just hang around. My opponent needs to kill this. Okay. Well, that's not gonna kill this. We're gonna get another creature spawned in for free. They're gonna block the 10 damage. But we're gonna make a dude. And then we're gonna run out of lanes. Nether Drake, that's funny. So we can do something like this, which I don't see any reason not to do, really. Like, that just seems kind of free. But we could also have just, like, played a Flesh Fiend or something. But a 7/4 is, like, just as good. What am I doing right now? Oh, I played a Killian. Okay. Sure, I guess that's value. We'll level up the meta mode. Sure.
could have Killian this as well, I guess. But this put another level 3 in our deck, and we've got a tutor for this guy. So, doesn't seem horrible. This card doesn't seem that great, but the upgrade's actually pretty strong on the level 3. Minus 12 attack. That pretty much clears something. Alright, and then this is like a trade of some sort eventually. It's going to trade here. I don't think we have any robots in our deck. We don't. We didn't draw Battletech. That's a little unlucky. Battle here. We'll see where that 6/6 lands. It lands over there. That's fine. We'll just go Sorrow Maiden. And we're about to rank up, so I think I'd rather immediately level a card than... Yeah, we are guaranteed to see the leveler, but, like, what are the chances we don't see this or the level 3? And it puts another level 3 on our deck. Whereas, do I care about being guaranteed to see a 10/10? Not as much. So let's go Sorrow Maiden here. Battle. Oh no, I already battled. Right, okay. So I guess I'll just play this. Level up this. Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of interesting. Well, I got punished for not leveling up Scrapforge Titan. So I guess that was the play. Though here I could level up Flesh Reaver and play it. Alright, Stinging Invocation. The bee is going to trade here, and then Sorrow Maiden's going to kill this bee. And then I can just Flesh Reaver this, get in some damage. Seems somewhat respectable. I don't know, maybe I should just be going for Scrappy here, but this is at least some damage. That is good to know, Bacon Poet, though I didn't even have any good robots in my deck. I've got a Leyline Sentry that I didn't level because I had too many cards out, and I had a Scrapforge Titan that I didn't level at all. Alright, that's going to be actually a negative battle for my opponent. It happens over the course of 4 turns, but it is still a negative battle. And actually, Sorrow Maiden can finish that off. Alright, then they Varna, and they get back their thing. My opponent's not leaving me any lanes to play my creatures. Come on, man. Let me play my cards. So do I want to just go for damages, or do I want to get Brood Queen out of here? So this is an 8/8, so that'll line up. Okay. I guess I just get Brood Queen out of here. It's safer. We still hit him for 14. And then I'll go Contagion Lord and trade a Nether Shriek with the 12/6. Creatures are all pretty small, so they're not doing that much. However, Battle Tactician will kind of swing that. We didn't draw the level 3 Battle Tech, but even this Battle Tech is significant damage push. Ooh, Stygian Lotus is going to clean up here. It's going to trade, and positive battle, and then a Malice Hermit to clean everything up. That's going to become a huge Malice Hermit. Both of these are still going to trade. I am still going to get to keep Contagion Lord here. However, my opponent has a huge creature. I can play Crux as my only creature. There's actually a few ways I can do this, eh? What is it? It gets armor 5 if it's my only creature. What is this with minus 12 attack? That's not much. Okay. So I activate Contagion Lord. I play Shadowsmith. Leveling right of the Grimgaunt. Yeah, I should have left my opponent. Bacon Poet said I should have left my opponent with the Brood Queen so they could have cleared my creatures so I could cast more creatures. Alright, I think I see what the play is. Let's just do like this. I'm going to cast Shadowsmith. I'm going to level... Oh, this is going to... Oh, it's so close. Man. It might still be fine. This might still be a positive battle. I'm not really sure. Looks like it's not. No, it's going to be a trade. So, with the fact that this Lotus is going to die, is just under, and I have the wrong battle tech. If I drew this battle tech, that would have been such a great play. I would have positive battled a, like, 30 attack creature. Here we still get to battle, and then Frontline Combatant can finish it off, and I can hit my opponent for 21. That's probably going to be good enough. And then I just play a Sorrow Maiden. Sorrow Maiden can generally find a way to get itself in for 14. And that should be GG. Yeah. Okay, this will work. We're just sacrificing Frontline Combatant to be a kill spell for this Malice Hermit. This might have even worked out better because it gives us a damage push. Combatant. Smack you up. And then Sorrow Maiden, open lane. These will trade. My opponent goes down to 18. Oh, so that's not quite enough. Alright, well, we still have 2 battle techs that we can draw, and we drew them both. So now we just go battle tech, activate, kill whatever is across from Sorrow Maiden, and hit them for the remaining 20 points of damage. My opponent will block here with something with 8 attack, and hopefully block here with something with less than 14 attack. If it's got 15 attack, then we've still got a game to play, though I am still just going to eat it and then eat their Tomb Pillager. Eat it in combat, and then eat their Tomb Pillager with the activation. Alright, so that is... and then this is going to get replaced, so that this gets +3/+3. Alright, that's a pretty sweet replace. Cersei, however, does die to Sorrow Maiden, so that is going to be GG once I slam down this Battle Tekaruni. And well played, Houseful. Battletech OP. You saw rank 2, I just played a Battletech in lane 2 as a 7-11, and it was perfectly acceptable. That makes us 1-1 here with our second Weekend Warrior draft. And more Noctis. Best of luck, more Noctis. Killian leveling nothing, plus Scrapforge Titan. What a play. What a play. Unfortunately, this deck only has 1 Killian, so it's not like we can wait and get something better. Killian does get to trade off with Necromancer, and Necromancer will not gain my opponent any value, so there's some value to be had in that. We don't have any formation. We do have some battle techs, so Scrapforge Titan to open lane still makes sense. We can go battle tech and then Forge Oracle level late line Sentry. We can also Tomb Pillager and get the Brood Queen out of there. The Brood Queen that is likely to not be doing too much at this point. And a Ferocious Roar to get some positive battling action here. Well, we can just go Forge Oracle level Battletech and then Tomb Pillager replace Scrappy. Seems fine. Seems about the same as our other plays. Yeah. Forge Oracle trades here. Anything would trade there, so having a 1/1 to trade Seems good. Fuck. I'm 50-50 on this edict. I'm gonna go for it. It kills Grimgaunt Predator regardless, I think. Right, we missed, but we still kill Grimgaunt Predator. We can kill this with anything. Kill it with a Battletech, Flesh Reaver, Sorrow Maiden, or Nether Shriek. So either of those things are going to be able to deal with it and not be too big of a deal. Opponent slams down a Killian. Oh, because we left around a Murderous Necromancer. Right. We did do that. And then a Damara's Pit Guard. It looks like Sorrow Maiden isn't actually going to be that good. I think I am going to Nether Shriek. It's 1 in 5 to hit Grimgaunt Predator, and I'm going to Nether Shriek before playing something. It's 1 in 5 to miss, but I'm willing to take those odds. Alright, we get the Pit Guard. That's fine. And then play Flesh Reaver or Battletech. My opponent hasn't played any cards that die to Sorrow Maiden yet. Flesh Reaver seems fine. Battletech seems good. Just take a look at what my opponent's played so far. Murderous Necromancer, Grimgaunt Predator, Damara's Pit Guard. What else? Ferocious Roar. Right. Let's play a Flesh Reaver. Now we've got the Tutor and the Duder. Need an upgrade to shrink my opponent's creature, though Crux can also just trade with Grimgaunt Predator. Epidemic does outscale Ferocious Roar, but I don't think we want to be epidemicing here. Though, I mean, just a little bit more. You just make my epidemic seem that much sweeter, and I want to do it, so... that's a tricky one. Yeah, my opponent's deck is definitely aggressive. Yeah, Epidemic's going to buy us some time, I think. It's going to positive battle there. That means the plan is 50-50 to just die to Nether Drake as well. And we'll level Crux and trade it off with Grimgaunt Predator. Take 4 there, 10 here. 1 and 3 to eat the plants. We don't eat the plant, but if we have this as our only creature, we get to gain 4 armor. That's really unlucky. But we can shrink its attack. Yeah, we can give it -8 attack, which I feel like we might want to do. If it's our only creature, it gains 4 armor. It's a good point, Hagrada. Though Grimgaunt doesn't necessarily die to a level 3 maiden if it gets to block something and grow. Xerxes is only -1/-1. Pretty sure I just have to shrink this guy's attack. We can shrink it down to a 5/9. So you take significantly less damage by doing that. Otherwise, what are we doing? We're hoping to draw a 9 attack creature, which is a Killian, a Battletech, a Forge Oracle. What is this? Also a 9 attack creature. Yeah, I think I can make that work, actually, then. So let's go like this. And we'll gain 4 armor still, and then we're just going to play Xerxes. This will soak up slightly more damage. Yeah, we drew 2 cards that can deal with Grimgaunt Predator here. As well, it can't also move. And our guy's still kind of a threat. So we get to go Xerxes, make it into less of a threat. Just have to make sure I don't play Killian and then play Xerxes. It's the only thing that I cannot do. And Botanimant's just going to make that into a dude. Alright, sounds good. So let's roll the Nether Shriek, see if Nether Shriek gets to kill Predator. If not, Killian will kill Predator. Cool, we got the 1 and 3. That's fine, that's still going to survive. And then Killian will eat this, and Killian shall level Xerxes into a level 3. Cool. Alright. We did it, we got there. We did the math. We had 2 consistent cards that could hit, as well as... and we had Ebon Skull Knight too. Yeah, Epidemic also probably would have done it. We had such a high combination of cards that could get us to 9 attack. We happened to get the best possible roll short of... I mean, these were also really good. I don't know. A lot of those rolls were really good there. I will be honest. Battletech looks great here. That is going to be a trade. I think Battletech looks great. It means Forge Oracle becomes a little bit awkward, but I would much rather my opponent not spawn a random level 2 or lower creature that was destroyed this game. So we'll just Battletech as a battle trick, and then I will play Forge Oracle. I guess we'll level up War Tinker because we got nothing else to do with it, and we'll hit our opponent for 11 and clear the board. So this looks pretty solid. What did we not draw? We did not draw our other battle tactician. So we've got 2 level 2 battle techs in the deck. You guys will see that is a fine underdrop as well. For those of you that have not yet had the treat to experience Battletech, he is quite the card. My opponent goes Murderous Necromancer. Epidemic is not quite going to finish that off. I could Strike plus Epidemic, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to put a Scrappy in front of it and have that be enough. And then we're going to go our own Necromancer in an open lane. Meanwhile, we're hitting them for 15, and we are slowly clawing our ways back into this game. We're down to 50, but our opponent's down to 87. We've got momentum. Our opponent's got Grimgaunt Predators in their deck. We've got Battle Tacticians and Flesh Reavers. All right, that is a negative battle for their Flesh Reaver. So cannot say I mind. We really would have wanted their creature to spawn right here. Though this might be good enough too, because it's kind of just irrelevant. Like, my opponent might have to just replace that. Alright, yeah, that's the unfortunate one though. That's the one we didn't want to see. Oh, we can Arrowmine Squadron. We can Arrowmine Squadron right now, tutor up Crux Metamind. It won't be our only creature. Oops. But it's a copy. It's a copy of it. Alright, clearly that's also super annoying. Yeah, right? Oh no, it's a real one. Okay, so we would get the real guy, which means we're not going to have access to him later. But we get to give Grimgaunt Predator minus... Alright, this is getting buggy. You have to give Grimgaunt Predator minus 12 attack. Alright, it's going to be easier to look at it here. You have to give it minus 12 attack, and I think that's going to be good. We could also give this minus 12 attack. My opponent does have 2 big bombs here. Kind of want to play it all pre-combat as well. If we just do like this. He's a 17-12, so I can put him here. He'll trade with Murderous Necromancer, and we can pretty much deal with Grimgaunt Predator. That seems good, right? Made Grimgaunt Predator into a 2/6. It can positive battle the Battletech. So Oh wait, what the fuck just happened? Okay. Okay. Okay, that was pretty weird. But it all worked out. This is still a positive battle. So this makes a creature, and it destroys what's opposing it, which I kind of forgot about. I'm not going to lie. I always do. But it just made something, it destroyed the Battletech, and then Battletech replaced itself with the Leyline Sentry from my hand. So that all happened really quick, but it pretty much resulted in nothing happening. Obviously, Tomb Pillager will positive battle Leyline Sentry, but it's not going to matter too much. They replaced a Grimgaunt Predator. You got to feel good about that one. And then a trade with a Grimgaunt Predator there. You have to feel good, though, about a replacement GGP. Swing this over. I'm going to play Xerxes side lane. And I'm going to play Murderous Necromancer. I can play it over here, which gives my opponent the opportunity to trade with it. Or I could just play it, like, here, and then my opponent doesn't have the opportunity to trade with it. The thing that I don't love about it is it's probably just going to spawn something slightly irrelevant. I have a Killian, a Scrappy, and a Forge Oracle in the deck, and a Nether Shriek. So what does all that mean? I already survived both of my opponent's big bomb level 3s. I feel like that means I just let my opponent make this trade, I draw a Scrapforge Titan, and nothing else matters, right? All I have to do is not play Ambriel's Edict before I play Scrapforge Titan, and we're fine. Alright, so that's 4 poison on Xerxes, but he gets to give Uterran creatures -4/-4. My opponent's got this Tomb Pillager kicking around here. Yeah, they do go for the trade, so that preserves our life total. So that's pretty good. Yeah, we definitely want to activate this. But that might have been a little bit hastily. Because I could have just edicted. I don't think I even need to edict, though. The problem is none of these cards are good. I guess I'll go like this and like this. I don't really need to, but I also don't need to play Edict. We are in player level 4 here, and I do have my Sorrow Maiden, so it could have mattered, Hergrada. Though we already survived my opponent's Grimgaunt Predator, which I think kind of just means we win. Yeah, that was actually quite the clutch synergy. I wasn't expecting to come up it to come up as big as it did, but the metamind that searches up Crux into Crux, turns out that's pretty good. Turns out that is pretty decent. Alright, and that is likely to be a chump block. And then Cracklebones destroying Scrappy, right? Can this destroy anything? No, it can destroy level 1s, but that'll make it a trade. Get to play 3 cards here, though. Does Rite of the Grimgaunt work? Probably does. I get to play 3 cards. I guess I'll just play my 3 creatures, right? No reason to do anything crazy. Let's go this, level this. Play Flesh Fiend as a positive battle, and Sorrow Maiden. This will actually get us in more damage. Yeah, we play a 20/20. Our opponent can't deal with 1 20/20, let alone 2. So that is going to make us 2-1, and we are on to the next one. So here we go. Cool, 2-1, so we are a total of... Oh, and this will get us our 8th game played as well. So that is pretty good. I just want to take a second while I have all you guys here to talk about the giveaway stream that I'm going to be doing. If you haven't already heard of it, on January 1st, I'm going to be doing a big giveaway stream on the channel. I want to say that I'm going to start sometime around 1 o'clock East Coast time. It's a little bit with a grain of salt. We might be waking up late after staying up for New Year's the night before, but try to get it started at around 1 o'clock. There's more information for it on Reddit and the Solforge forums if anybody wants to drop a link to that for me in the chat here. But basic idea is I'm going to be opening up 200 packs. I'll buy a few more packs so that I can get up to 200, but I'll also get a few more from the end of the latter season here. So, opening up 200 packs. Whenever I open up a heroic, we'll do a raffle in the chat, and somebody in the chat will win a heroic, essentially, or they can win 2 points. And then every time I opened up a legend, I'll be giving out, I think it's essentially a legend. It might be a little bit under in terms of points, but also everybody that's in the chat, exactly, Hergrata, everybody that's in the chat will get a point, and then at the end of the stream, people will be able to cash in those points for prizes. You can get heroics and legendaries. I've got, if we take a look at my shareables over here, I've got all of these from back in the day, all of these shareable heroics and legendaries, and we can get rid of all of them. It's about 2,000 heroics and about 200 legendaries that are all shareable. So we are getting rid of those, and there's different point totals that can add up to different things. You can also, if you get enough points, if you get really lucky, you can exchange them for draft coupons, gold coupons, and I even have one alternate art Nuada on the line. So those are at a little bit higher point values, but people can, like I said, if they get super lucky, work their way up to that. And then, yeah, this card's kind of good, actually. What else was I going to say about all that? I'm not sure. That might have been it. Oh, yeah, I was just going to say that because of how it works, every time a legend is rolled, like, do I just want to go for Nether Shriek here and try to snipe this? I don't think I do. I think I go Shadow Smith, level up Nether Shriek, and then play Battletech. Oh, but I could also just play Contagion Lord. So then I'm Shadow Smith, level up Nether Shriek, play Contagion Lord. Alright, I don't hate that either. So because of the way that it works, whenever a legend is opened, everybody gets a point. In 200 packs, I think the number winds up being about 30 legends. So just for hanging out, everybody in the chat will get 30 points. Just for hanging out with us, and I think the numbers are right that is like 2 to 3 legends, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, 15 points for choice of legend. I'm gonna link it in the Twitch chat here. So everybody can get 2 legendaries just for hanging out, and that is to say nothing of the fact that there's more things to be earned as well. So we can play Flesh Fiend, sacrifice it, play Sorrow Maiden, can also sacrifice Contagion Lord, and then play Ambriel's Edict. What else can I do? I can put Rite of the Grimgaunt on Contagion Lord, sacrifice Flesh Fiend, play Sorrow Maiden. Sure. Yeah, and all this stuff is a little awkward. It means that Sorrow Maiden will die unless you put it right here. Because my opponent, if I just put something in front of Frostfang Maiden, my opponent activates Borean Mystic, moves it over. Oh shit, but now I can't kill the Steel Eye Seer. That might actually be fine because I've got Ambriel's Edict. So now I go like Contagion Fiend, Sorrow. Oh, right. Sorrow Maiden also kills Steel Eye Seer. Okay, so they can't quite save it. Oh, but now they can move over Frostfang Maiden and Positive Battle. Shit. Wow. Okay. That was, that's quite the play there, too. That's pretty sweet. Can't really be mad at that one. They're going to level something up and discard it. So they've got double level activations out of this guy, and he's pretty good on the other levels as well, though he also functions as a pretty reasonable underdrop. So leveling him isn't that crazy. So yeah, just as I'm kind of wrapping up here, just wanted to say I hope you guys will join me on New Year's Day. Should be a lot of fun. This draft queue will still be up, so I think we might do some high legendary drafts as well while we have everybody. And turnabout, what the hell does that do? That means these are going to trade instead. I don't know what the hell is happening. But my opponent decided to play a turnabout. I don't think that was good for them. It means that I don't get to activate Sorrow Maiden, but is that big of a deal? I guess it is, because now I have to Ambriel's Edict just to keep them from activating Steel Eye Seer again, which I want to do. So let's play Xerxes. Activate Edict. Should have battled first. I lost out 3 points of damage there, but not a huge deal. It's going to be relevant, I'm sure. Just to punish me. Alright, we get a free Iron Maiden. Which, as crazy as that sounds, might come up. Because getting to upgrade this... No, they are going to... They are going to double back on that promise there. I thought I was going to get an Iron Maiden. Can still level up this. This will be an 8. Right? So do I have to Battletech and Crux to kill this? I guess I also have Discordant Strike. Yeah, because this is at 7. Or 8, rather. This is at 8. I don't really care if they ping me again with that, right? It's not a huge deal. Two and 2. Give a creature -4 attack. – We really should play Forge Oracle. We really should. So, we play Forge Oracle. We level Battletech. We play Crux, and I guess I will... I guess I'll eat the Commando and keep around a 7-4, and they can keep a 5-2. I think that benefits me overall, because I'm keeping the more powerful creature here. Airmine Squadron for Crux is a pretty sweet combo. That doesn't change that much. That's so annoying, though. Okay, so some of this stuff is a little bit annoying. Frontline Combatant can trade with both of my opponent's creatures here. As can Contagion Fiend. Yeah, we Contagion Fiend and then we play Forge Oracle. Each enemy creature, so we can just play this first. And I think I will level up. Can level up either of these. Frontline Combatant's pretty good. It's just tutors for the other guy, which is good as well, but not necessary. That winds up being okay for us, I think, here. We've got Nether Shriek, which we can hunt down something that they dodge with. We're going to want to put Murderous Necromancer open lane, so we can go Necromancer and then Nether Shriek. That's reasonable. We might just want Necromancer there. Or there. These are all good Necromancer spots now. So we can roll the 50-50 and then go for cleanup with Necromancer. Or we can play the Necromancer and then roll higher than 50-50. I'm going to roll the 50-50. We're going to miss. And then I'm going to play... it's so awkward because all these spots are good for them. Could also just Killian. We want to get this Steel Eye Seer out of here as soon as possible. This card's way too good. And I might even Edict or Strike or something next turn just to make sure we deal with it because... yeah, it's really annoying. The Yeti drew one of the two worst rolls. That's fine. That was going to be able to trade with Drake regardless, so... I guess Yeti got the worst roll. Yeah. And then another Steel Eye Seer. Crazy. Alright. Thing is, if we Edict, we don't even kill our opponent's stuff here. Because all my opponent has is 0 attack creatures. We're 1 in 3 to kill this Yeti, though. The problem is we're going to block with Metamind Rogue on the wrong guy. I guess we can control it a little bit, eh? If we shrink something, we're also not going to get the armor on this. Scorn and Strike seems so bad. So we can battle first, right? Yeah, battling first isn't going to be a problem. And then we go Crux. We shrink here. and we Edict. And, right, if we leave them with just this Steel Eye, then it's an 0-1, and we're poised to battle it right now. They still get one more use out of it, which is not great, but... my opponent's deck is so leveled, who am I kidding? This is crazy. We missed a few of our cards here as well. This is gonna be an uphill battle for sure. What the hell does this do? When it deals battle damage, it battles again, and it's got mobility this time around. I don't really care about that. It's not like I can stop it either. Though I could just play Tomb Pillager. It'll make my deck smaller. I can get Brood Queen out of here. That seems pretty good. Just getting Brood Queen out of my deck. I'm just gonna do this. My opponent will like... actually, I kind of want this to go here. If my opponent goes... battles here twice. It's not like I can stop that from hitting me. And we'll get Brood Queen out of the deck. I don't think we are clocking our opponent nearly enough for how good their deck is. Nether Shriek could be our savior, though. And maybe I can show off the power of the first pick Nether Shriek. I think I'll be able to here. Wait, what? That card auto-battles again? I'm confused. It's when it deals battle damage to the opponent, isn't it? What's it called? Agamemnon? Oh, when it deals battle damage to a creature. Oh, it's the opposite. Oh, whoops. Okay. Okay. Well, this means I can't do shit, right? We need Nether Shriek to hit here or here. I think I just roll, because I want to be able to positive battle this right now with a Sorrow Maiden. Alright, that's reasonable. And then... Sorrow Maiden locks this in, but otherwise this just gets to come over here and eat this. Both of these are pretty bad. Let's play Xerxes. Means we're opening ourselves up to more of those leveler dudes. We can trade with this, or we can just let it be. It's not really hurting anybody over here. Whereas Murderous Necromancer Battletech means it will just proc and spawn something there next turn anyways. We also get to give it -3/-3, which means it's really not doing anything. And we could also Discordant Strike if we wanted to. Oh, this guy's got haste. Alright, so... it's gonna battle. Maybe it'll move over and kill Xerxes here? That'd be sweet. That'd be crazy. Yeah, it just doesn't need to happen. Oh, you know what? I can Discordant Strike and then I can Xerxes. Shit. Alright. That's gonna be a tough one. Let's get a free level 3 creature, though. That helps, right? Battletech will deal 8, put it down to 9. Well, we can kill it. We're just going to take a bunch of damage. Alright, so... whenever it deals battle damage, is dealt any damage, okay. So even if we kill it with Frontline Combatant, it's not great. However, Frontline combatant can maybe finish off something else. Can't finish off that. Point is, frontline combatant will get +3 attack and be able to potentially clear this. It's also got trample. Oh, God. Oh, God. So what do I do here, then? Killian isn't enough. Discordant Strike, is that enough? -4, it'll put it down to 12. $12 is still enough to kill that. Yeah, when you get these legendaries and a bunch of rares in here, the turns start getting really complicated. And this turn, I feel like there's definitely a way to survive, because I can clear this, and then I can chump block this. But is there a way to kill Killian? I don't think so, because this is 7 short. -4 attack is 2 short. And I have 2 ways to deal 6 and no ways to deal 7. Is what it looks like to me. Forge Oracle Epidemic can battle with Scrappy. I don't know if Forge Oracle's in the deck or discard. Looks like it's in the deck, though. So we want to play Forge Oracle Epidemic next turn? Or we want to play Crux? Oh, but we're definitely getting Forge Oracle next turn. 100%. So if that's the case, what is this, +4? Do we have to use this? May have. So we don't have to. At least theoretically. Does anybody know if Frontline Combatant makes you use it as well? I feel like it might. Oh, you know what we do? We Frontline Combatant here, because then we don't take the trample damage. Oh, no. Don't do that. That's bad, because then we're not getting the plus attack from this. So we have to take the trample damage. We go Killian. We level. I'll level Flesh Reaver, I suppose. Then we battle. Go down to 41. Play Frontline Combatant, and we hope to God that they don't make us use the ability. Cancel. Now we need to draw Epidemic Forge Oracle. We didn't quite get there. We can put Flesh Fiend on the Titan. That'll block it for a while. We put Forge Oracle on Killian. It won't even block it for a while. Damn. And Epidemic wouldn't have worked here then either, because they had the Borean Mystic to move. So, looks like we lose. Oh, that was very true, Arzakan. I should have blocked, because that would have left me with 9 more health here. Yeah, it would have put me up to 30 instead of 20, which still would have means I would have died when they moved Scrappy and then hit me for 34. But, yeah, it would have given me 9 more health, so it was better. This meant that even the Epidemic play wouldn't have been enough. Not even close to enough, because they also had the Commando too, so that would have fucked me up as well. Well, GG's, we went 2-2 this time. I think that still gets you back a ticket, right? You're in a ticket. Oh no, that was for 8 games played. Okay. And yeah, you get a ticket in 2 packs. That is, it's pretty good. You turn a ticket into 2 packs. I've got a lot of tickets to spare here, so I think that is a pretty fair trade. Alright, that is going to do it for the stream for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and please follow if you enjoyed it and to find out what I'm going to be streaming in the future. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday till about 5:30, 6 o'clock each day, and play mostly Solforge, though a little bit of Magic the Gathering and Hearthstone here and there as well. January 1st, big giveaway stream. There's a link to it in the chat. It's on Reddit and the Solforge forums as well. So check that out. That should be a lot of fun. And check out the YouTube page as well. Follow that. And that is where I upload any VODs of past broadcasts. I also do ask that to participate in the giveaway stream on the 1st, that you be followed to both the Twitch and the YouTube pages. That is it, though. Let me see who else is streaming Solforge here. If we got any friends, I will give a host. I think Costini and Peon maybe were streaming earlier. Oh, no, it was Jocked. Okay, cool. I will throw out a host to Jocked. I think I do it like this. Correct me if I'm wrong. But other than that, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'm going to give him that host. Peace.